My boyfriend dumped all parenting duties on me and made me his unpaid nanny for his son, so I packed my bags and left them both. He took the boy aside, looked him in the eye, and said I'd been lying about caring for him. That was Thursday. I've been at my friend's house ever since. 2 years ago, when I started dating Paul, I knew about his son Nathan. 8 years old, sweet kid, lived with Paul full-time since his mom relocated for work. I respected that Paul's son would always come first. I expected to help sometimes. I didn't expect to become the primary parent while Paul systematically removed himself from his son's life. It started small. 6 months in, Paul showed me his budget spreadsheets. After-school care was destroying him financially, especially dinner hours, which cost double. Would I mind picking Nathan up after my shift? It would only be 45 minutes until Paul got home. The pickup was on my route anyway. Nathan would just play his Switch while I reviewed case files. Easy. So I did it. Every day, 5:15 pickup. Nathan barely noticed I was there, absorbed in his games. Paul would walk in at 6 o'clock, grateful, taking over immediately. It worked. When I finished my master's degree, my schedule opened up. Paul approached me one evening after Nathan was asleep. If you started work an hour earlier, you could pick Nathan up an hour earlier. Save me another $100 a week. That means restructuring my entire workday. Please, just until I get this promotion. Then everything changes. I restructured my workday. The promotion came. The changes didn't. When my roommates moved in August, Paul suggested moving in together. Made sense financially, practically, romantically. Nathan was excited. He helped me paint my office space purple. 2 weeks after I moved in, Paul announced he'd changed his schedule. I'm starting an hour later. Easier to help Nathan get ready if I'm not rushing out the door. But that means you'll be home an hour later. You're already watching him. What's one more hour? We fought. I lost. Now I had Nathan from 4:15 to 7. October brought the gym membership. Paul decided his health couldn't wait any longer. Every day after work, straight to the gym. Home by 8:30, after Nathan's bedtime. So you won't see your son Monday through Friday? I'll see him in the mornings. For 20 minutes while he's eating cereal? Stop being dramatic. This is about my health. Do you want me to have a heart attack at 40? I was now doing pickup, homework, dinner, bath, and bedtime. 5 hours a day. Unpaid, unappreciated. Paul would come home, shower, and play video games. Nathan started calling me for everything. Nightmares, help with homework, permission for snacks. Paul never answered his calls anymore. Too busy at the gym. After New Year's, Paul made his announcement. He'd been offered a different shift. Noon to 9, including Sundays. Better pay, better opportunities. Nathan's old enough to get himself ready for school. I'll leave at 11. You pick him up at 4. I'll be home at 9:30. He'll be asleep at 9:30. Not if you let him stay up. Paul, you'll never see him, except Wednesdays. That's temporary. No, absolutely not. I won't be his only parent while you work out and advance your career. Our family needs this financially. I'm not his mother. I'm barely his stepmother. I'm your girlfriend who helps out. You said you loved him. I do love him. That doesn't mean I'll raise him alone while you abandon him. Paul's face went red. He stood up, walked to Nathan's room. I followed, confused. Paul knocked, entered. Nathan was building Legos on his carpet. Hey buddy, need to tell you something important. Nathan looked up, innocent, trusting. You know how we talked about people who care about you? Well, sometimes people lie about that. They say they care, but they don't. You can't trust them or listen to what they say. Nathan's eyes darted to me, confused. Who lies? Paul looked directly at me while answering his son. You'll figure it out. I left that night, packed while Paul was in the shower, while Nathan slept. Drove to my friend Andrea's apartment. Slept on her couch for 4 days now. Paul has texted 83 times, called 41 times, sent emails about being a team, about commitment, about how Nathan misses me. He wants to meet tonight, talk things through, make it work. Nathan doesn't have my number. Can't call me. Can't understand why I vanished after his dad's warning. I'm not going to the meeting. Paul doesn't want a partner. He wants free childcare with the title of girlfriend attached. Nathan deserves better than a father who'd rather lift weights than read bedtime stories. I loved that kid. Paul used that love against both of us.